copyrighted. Okay, so pretty quiet week, I'm guessing, leading into Christmas. Gold last year moved pretty well, so I'm not too worried about the moves on gold. I'm thinking that given all the stuff that's going on in the economy and around the world and whatnot, and that the Fed came out pretty hawkish last Wednesday after the FOMC with the comments, it had a chance to go down, but price at the end of Friday just faded that move to some degree out and pushed up quite strongly, and this was counter to what US was doing on other pairs like pound US, euro US, Aussie US. So I'm thinking this could be part of the seasonal rally on gold, and if US dollar is going to continue to weaken based on poor retail sales that they got and just general vibe from the news reports, I'm thinking that this is a fairly clean space to fill. A nice 100 pip space right now, and potentially, I really thought we were going to go down a little bit lower, but we didn't. So are we going to continue fill this space, maybe do a pullback first before it does that? Anything leaving across there should be a fairly clean move, and then can we actually break up into this higher time frame zone above? Like if we look at the structure, we can see where price had been leaving just consistently higher lows. Every time price was able to go and make a higher high from it, we've just been printing these higher lows. So this had the chance to actually change and rotate price and then start forming some bearish structure, but it held pretty nicely. Done like a little liquidity grab. There's a double bottom here, so potentially we could see price push down to go up one more time, but we could just continue to see this overall bullish structure and then lead into, like if we zoom out, start pushing up into this area, this zone. So what we've done is like we've tapped into it, and then we had the pullback from it because this is a fairly heavy supply zone. So can we just, with the demand, or with the US continuing to weaken and maybe some more demand for gold, can we eventually push up into this level and then start to fill some of this range? That'd be a pretty significant move leading into the end of the year. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty big. Last week closed quite bearish still, but given the way that this is looking, I think buys would be easier to take, especially when we've got this clean traffic, clean candles in this zone. What happens once we get back above here, this previous rejection area, whether price does continue to go down from here, then yeah, you know what, we'll just adapt with it. Not looking for like massive moves because of the time of the year as well, but maybe just some steady, consistent moves. I'm guessing like most institutions and big players in the market, they're pretty much wrapped up their books for Christmas and they're just going to, you know, enjoy the rest of the year. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a little bit less manipulation. Hopefully there's just going to be some cleaner moves. And to be honest, last year was around this Christmas time was, you know, one of my best periods of trading. Partner had COVID, so she was out of my hair, and it was just easy, you know, clean moves, very slow. It wasn't moving much, but it was like some good 50 to 60, 70 pip moves without much manipulation, just clean candles, market opens, bit of a break. So let's just see, huh? It's probably only retail traders really that, and just average price movements that occur with, you know, shopping and all that kind of stuff for US dollars. But if there's only retail traders in there, then it should be less manipulation, I'm guessing. Hopefully it's the same as last year. I'm not going to be very active over the New Year, over Christmas, New Year this time. But that's the kind of idea looking at, just looking to see that this can push up overall until these structures are broken significantly and second structure's broken. I would imagine we're just going to maintain our bullishness in the market. Anyone got different ideas? Pound US, same sort of thing. So the daily candle right now is looking as bullish, has broken the high. We just formed the top wick to push back down, but once we've broken the high, maybe we can continue the same sort of run with US dollar weakening. Price push up, maybe it pulls back a little bit, and then slowly, as it can break above here again, then it can start to fill some of this wick. We've got a little bit of an imbalance up until at least this wick, and then we've got previous rejection points around here. So maybe can we push up into that, up to that zone? That's because there's been a lot of volatility with this pair. Even that little space, still another 60 pips above from the daily wick high until the next level of resistance, potential rejection area. If I bring up my zones, that's kind of, you can see that's what I'm planning. Just price to push above the current daily high. I'll zoom in for you. This is still the same analysis as from Friday. So we pushed up, pretty much rejected off the monthly level with this initial London Open volatility. Pretty big move actually. It's like what? Oh, it's not that big actually. Looks big, but open, no bottom wick, and then 50 pips. You were targeting some ground here, weren't you, Alan? I read on the concerned about the weekly price action. Yeah, it was like an outside week, wasn't it? Yeah, outside candle. So pretty strong bearish candle. So there's going to be some. You'd think that it could have pulled some liquidity into that area from that wick, and then we've got these areas. So this is we can see if I zoom in. I have to get rid of some of this old stuff. It's a bit messy. So this is the weekly neckline, or the weekly open price. So this is where that wick is starting. But if we're showing a bit of a rejection here, we can push up again next time, breaking above this level. I think that'd be a fairly easy run, at least to fill these candles up to this resistance area, which is around 1.232. And then, of course, we've got the 50% of the wick, which lines up pretty nicely with price action on the 30-minute time frame. But just going from like here to here, or from here up to this level, that's potentially a good little trade. We just need to see a support form. At the moment, what we've seen is price push up from the London Open outset, now coming back down. So we just need to wait for a little support to be formed, retest this high, see if we can break that high, make a new high, have a little pullback, hopefully over the monthly level will support it, or this previous resistance will hold as a support, and then we can push up into this area. So that'll be something else I'm keeping my eye on. Let me just duplicate this chart and this one. Bring up gold.
Must say, I'm glad to know that some of your stuff is rubbing off on me, because I was looking at that and I got my charts marked up almost the same.
Oh, that's so
because awesome. I missed the one coming out of Euro. I thought, well, it's going to go up there, come back down again, and then I look for something up if I'm still awake.
Yeah. Yeah, the more you watch it, like the thought process and everything, it'll just become sort of automatic, and you'll just see what I look at. Try to keep it as simple as possible. It's just looking at particular levels, and then just the actual price movement is fairly similar from a day to day.
Yeah, a lot of the time I had been in previous last 8 months or so, I'd be taking it at the top of that false breakout
Up
for
here.
a long,
Yeah.
and then I get stopped out. So yeah, patience is key.
Mm-hmm. So there's a nice little liquidity candle from Euro. Don't particularly want to see it pull back that far, but that'll be nice. Maybe do a little support and then rinse and then come back up.
Is that the one Alan took? I think he took from there, didn't he?
Alan, can you open your mic? Or draw?
Yeah, I was looking for the retest just on the next bar, but instead, so yeah, not the second bar, the second London bar. So that one closed long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that I just wanted to pull back a bit deeper, but it just hit the euro high instead.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the plan, but it just didn't play out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this would be a fairly easy candle to go for. If this is indeed a fake out, then this resistance needs to hold. We shall see. What's that 1 hour looking like? Bit of a rejection candle, wicked up a bit to these necklines. Now it's starting to break it slow. So need to let it come down, form that support.
Yeah, there's a 15-minute liquidity grab. So you'll probably come back now.
Yeah. Bit of a deeper pullback. That's cool. German 40 was fairly... Depends which bias you had. I was thinking that it would be a bit more bullish based on the, like, we'd push down in this monthly level and then form a little support. This one respected the low, this neckline, then this one pushed up, and then this one here closed higher. So what we had is I went to bed really late, so I wasn't up early enough to capture this, but it made a bit more sense to go from these monthly levels back up to fill some of this clean candle. It would have been nicer if the 30-minute gave like a bit of a fake out to the bottom, but what it did was basically this was your resistance across here, and then London Open for the breakout, wicked down a little bit, started breaking these highs and then pushed up. So it just gave a clean break in the very first, those are the first 5 minutes. So pretty quick, and pushed up, came down, held support, pushed up again. So that's kind of with the monthly, the seasonal sort of trend, a lot of the time there's bullish the week before Christmas. A lot of spending, a lot of optimism. Doesn't mean the monthly close is bullish, but that week leading into Christmas can often be bullish. More times than not. Say 6, 7 out of 10 times. week. All the
Yeah, I
ducks,
saw the picture.
yeah, the ducks come and they there's a I don't know, what do you call a group of ducks? Flock of ducks. Anyway, they come every night, and they just land in the pond and they just swim around. But lately they've been just standing on top of the ice, looking at the fountain.
Too cold.
I don't think
Ice
they get
skating.
cold. It's just they, you know. Just testing some of this music, make sure it's not copyright. So it'll give me a warning. This is something that I've been seeing a bit. When we get this accumulation around a monthly level or around a specific, like a significant level or something that is that stands out to your eyes, if you get a breakout either side, price will come back and retest that. So this would be an order block that's forming when you have these like candles that are similar size but bullish and bearish. And if we get like a third one, then that would be an order block. Then if it like kind of like this, and then if it breaks out either way, then often you'll get a little retest of that zone. So let's see, kind of. It's more when you get like a zone and price is like either respecting it where it taps it with wicks, or if you get candle bodies that are going through it up and down, up and down, up and down, then if you get a breakout, wait for the retest and then go. Something I've been seeing it happen a little bit. So because I've seen it a few times now, next time I see it, it becomes part of my plan and I'm going to like execute on it. So you see this again, price came down, pushed up, and then this time, rather than having like these clean touches, clean touch here, clean touch here, clean touch here, then it closed underneath and then rejected. And then what we had was candles going up and down through it. Then once we get that break out, then what we can wait for is the retest of that level, that little order block. Something just to think about, because the market will change and adapt. And I was having that conversation with TZ Upton. I'm not even sure what his real name is, but he was asking some questions last night about him. Did anyone see that chat? He was basically, challenge he was having was finding the right style for him, trading the 4 hour time frame and then because it's so slow, he was looking at so many pairs, and now he's trying to adapt to go to 5 minute. But then on the 5 minute chart, I was trying to caution. It's hard to talk about these things via just text, but I know he wants to trade lower time frames, but there's levels to it, so you can't just jump from 4 hour to 5 minute, as you guys know. But for him, and then there's different pairs that run at different speeds. But you'll find something that works. It gives you a bit of an edge in the market, and it's, you know, it might work for a while, and then we'll see something shift in the market. We'll see different market conditions, and the last 2 years has kind of been like a microcosm of what a market cycle over 8 years would look like. The last 2 years, we've seen so many different things. We've seen politicians change. We've seen quantitative easing to quantitative tightening. We've seen war. We've seen pandemic. We've seen trade wars. We've seen Brexit. Vaccine. We've just seen lockdowns, craziness. Yeah. So many different market conditions in just the last 2 to 3 years combined. So some things that I traded, like back in 2017, 2018, I would trade on a 1 hour chart, and I'd often take 10 pips risk, and I'd look for 20 pips, and I might have to sit there through an entire session to get 20 pips. These days, that's insane. There's no way that happens these days. So
one minute candle is 40, 50 pips.
Yeah, exactly. So if we find an edge, never forget about ways you've traded previously, even if they stop working for a while, because trading styles and strategies will appear, disappear, reappear, and some of that stopped working will start working again. I remember, I think it was 2017 or 2018, and it was looking for in pound US or any of the US pairs. When looking for in this pink bit, just seeing a candle like this between 6 and 10, the last candle being at 10 a.m. UK time. If you saw a candle like this, you would just enter a trade on the break of the low, use the high, plus 7 pips. So, and then what you'd do is you'd go for remove 50% once you get 1-to-1, and then you just start trailing your stop loss behind every closed candle until you got stopped out. And that would be a pretty viable strategy for it happened for about 10 months straight. You'd just see, not every day, but you'd see quite commonly a candle like that on the break of the low. you enter, trail your stop loss down, and sometimes you'd get amazing risk reward, because it would just, the market would open and you'd just follow the candle down. But then it stopped working. Stopped working for a while, and then I'm sure at one day it'll come back again. Okay. So gold, I wonder if we could do something on gold. No, I think gold, I'd want more information. German 40. Let me remove all this old stuff. German 40, do we have any levels inside of here? Yeah, gold touched the 50%, but it wasn't a trending range, really. It only went up 50 pips. So it could work, but this little consolidation makes it a little bit tricky because we didn't form a low. Plus we've got a little doji here as well. So this could be liquidity sitting just underneath the London low. Then we've got this liquidity candle as well.
There was a few candle over here. I was looking for short from there, but the price didn't.
For sells?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, there was break of a structure on 1 minute with that a few candle. This one, break of a structure.
Yeah. Yeah, over there. Where was that? The doji?
I think this one
Few
was a
candle.
few candle, and I was waiting for price to come to this area to take short.
This one here on your terminal?
Yeah, this is I think 30-minute FU top week. This one.
Yeah.
I was waiting for price to reset this 50% area.
Yeah, I think we looked at that, thinking that might come down lower from here.
Yeah.
I would imagine we could fill this candle.
Yeah. There is a doji. This one. These two dojis like
Yeah.
area of interest.
Yeah. So it could be nicer to take a sell
Yeah.
down to.
Now it's too late to take any trade in London session. Price is at price action is not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at pound US, if anything.
Yeah.
So if I can see a support form, then I will give this a go back up. It's a little bit counter trend to the weekly. But I think my pathways that I'll be looking for then at this point, this could be anything after here. But I'd be looking at something like this. Something like this potentially. Sell zone, I'd need to see price action. No, I think I don't even want to take that under there. Something like this. Could be a risky buy around here. I think I'll give this a little one a go.
You will take buy on that black line.
Around here.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'm looking at this candle as a liquidity candle.
Mm-hmm.
So either the open, the 50%, or the low. If it's breaking under here, there's no point holding this because we've got other points of interest lower.
Yeah.
So we can either see and wait for it to do, and like maybe not catch the low, but something like that, and then I'd have my boxes like that. I could wait for this pattern to play out. That would be patience, a lot of patience. Another little liquidity candle here on the 5. So these ones here could play out for like a 1-to-1, and then it might dip lower. It'd only be something like that, so I don't want to take that. I could see that one being like at least get 1-to-1, take some risk out. Like for example, if I'll just put like a dummy trade on, because I don't want to put it on a real account. I always struggle with this. What's 1 unit? 1,000 units. Is that a lot? No, that's a lot. 1 lot.
Take profit 70, 75.
Oh, that's where you're going anyway. So now it's coming down to our zone. So now that's the gap. That's the open of the liquidity candle. That's actually where I was looking for the actual, for it to go on the real count. I was just expecting it to go up a little bit more. So one more, dig down, and then potentially. Let's say. Let's see if it can dig down into here. So plus spread. I think that was it. Yeah. I think that was it. That would have been that. So just to refresh, this gray box was the imbalance on the 5. I'll go to show you on the 5. Okay. Grey box was then balanced on the 5. And then this line here that I put across was based on the 30 as the open of that liquidity candle. So if this did pull liquidity, then we should get a reaction from the open or the mid. So at the moment it's been like a 5 pip reaction from the open of that candle. So if this closes as a doji, then it's probably got more room to go down. Oh shit. So something like that. But let's see what this has got. Another, what's this? Yeah, 5-minute closed doji, so likely to dig down deeper. Pretty dangerous time to be trading. Got a lot of little points of interest lower.
You think it might dip under that monthly level there, or no? Black line in monthly?
Yeah, the thicker one is. Possibly. I think if this was a little order block and this was the retest, then it could, like if it's going to go past that monthly level, then it'll probably go down all the way.
Yep.
Just depends if this was like a higher time frame liquidity grab, like this 4-hour candle. Oh no, sorry, the timing is a bit different. So on that 1 hour, depends if this one, I know it closed bullish, but maybe that picked up liquidity. So there's a potential that it could just be ranging. So I would be hesitant to like, we need the structure to hold up if it is going to keep on going up. And because it's Monday, it's like just going to take a small little flyer on it just to see if we can get into the pullback pre-NY for it to push up. But I'm not surprised if it just continues ranging. In that case, then like I'm not going to hold on anything for too long.
Yeah, if it goes a bit any lower under that, I'm probably going to bed and not do anything.
Yeah, it'd be too long to wait then. So out of interest, I'm going to set this as a trade. As like a little paper trade on here, but on my real account, I'm going to watch it closer. I'll be looking at this box here. Did anyone actually get it from here, from the first touch?
No, no.
It's 15-minute, yeah, maybe 15-minute doji, and then a grab. Does that mean like the first little time it does, when it does pick up that liquidity, it often will give you that 1-to-1, and then it'll dig deeper. well, gave it a shot. So now I'm just going to chill for a little bit, and then I'll come back and I think we'll trade. Look for gold trade later on with New York Open. Anyway, we waited, but just didn't. Too late in the session really. So there was just no volume. You still waiting on your gold trade? Do you close or hold for gold? I really don't know what the conditions are going to be like for. I would imagine that if there's volume for more upside for gold, I'm hoping that there's not as much manipulation this week, so that the moves can be just fairly steady. But I don't know. If you're feeling uncomfortable, if you need to go to bed soon, then sometimes it's easier to, don't ruin your sleep by wondering what's going on, and then close some, just so you've got a bit of, it's not going to be much of a win, but it's not going to be much of a loss either, or secure it if you can, or tighten your